especially as it pertained to discerning a vocation, discerning the call of Christ in your life. And this whole vocation weekend, called by God, but invited by Francis. And at the heart of that passage from St. Bonaventure was the great line, one of Francis's last words, "I have done what is mine. May Christ teach you yours." I have done what is mine. May Christ teach you yours. And for me, that hits upon three very important aspects of discerning a vocation. The first was, I have done what is mine. At the end of his life, Francis was able to look back over the entirety of his life and see God's hand working through it. He was nearly blind right before he died, but at that moment he had 20/20 vision. He had a clear vision. He could look back over his life and see the presence of God throughout all of it. However, his vision wasn't always so clear. One of the first times that God spoke to St. Francis was when he was in a little rundown church by the name of San Damiano. And Francis was in this church, this broken down church, and that cross there spoke to him and said, "Francis," it said, and called him by name, "go rebuild my house, because as you can see, it is falling into ruin." So first, I'm sure Francis was kind of freaked out, a little bit scared that this cross was speaking to him, to go rebuild his house. And Francis didn't know what to do, so he took those instructions very literally. He took one stone and put it on top of another, on top of another, on top of another, and literally tried to rebuild the church that he was in. It was probably only later on in life, maybe at this deathbed moment, when he realized that's not what God was asking him to do. That the rebuilding God was speaking of was on one hand much bigger and also much smaller than that.